Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are going to continue the second part of the table runner Maria, which is named after my mom, her first name. And we are reaching the end basically, so we have 2 more rows to go, which we'll be doing now the flowers, all of these ones, and then we'll do the little leaves behind it, which is pretty fast. It's just the flowers take a little bit more time. Anyway, I want to thank every single one of you for being here and subscribing and being part of this family, creating these beautiful pieces. And I can't thank you enough for your beautiful comments and your likes, your shares. It's very important to help us grow the channel. So thank you very much to every single one of you. For the newcomers, welcome, and thank you for dropping in. I hope that you enjoy and you like what you see, what I've been creating. And I hope you'll be part of this family. So if you do enjoy and like it, please feel free to join in and subscribe, hit that bell notification to be notified for the new uploads when I do new uploads. Usually it's week after week, most of the time. So thank you so much everybody again, and we are gonna go ahead with the second part video of Maria Table Runner. Okay, so for this flower, I am going to use the mixed fuchsia. It's got a very light pinkish and fuchsia color and purple, and then some more lighter shades of the purple, and then it transforms the color, which is absolutely stunning. So I am going to use this as my flower, and it's going to bring all of these colors together. Okay, so let's get started, and thank you so much everybody again. Okay, my friends, so we've reached the end. As you can see, I have 2 left, which is the 2 we're supposed to skip. So 1 separation. For the people that have a very, very tight stitch, make 2 separation. Okay, it's not going to change anything. It's actually going to make it more comfortable. I should have done 2 because my stitch is very tight, but it's going to come all together now once I put the second row on. Okay, so now we are doing this second row. Okay, where am I? This row here. So second row of white, if you want to call it the 3rd row after all the stitches. So we are gonna go into, let me get you closer. We're gonna go into the next one. So we're gonna skip the first one. Okay, we're gonna skip this one. 1, 2, and 3. Next one, and we're also gonna skip the last one. So instead of having 10 stitches here, we're gonna have 8 stitches. It's gonna keep going down now on the stitches here until we end up only with 2. So very easy, not complicated at all. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, and 8. 1 separation. We go into the middle here and we do 3 stitches. Very simple, nothing to it, people. 1 separation. Don't tighten it too much. Skip the first one, going to the next one. We do our 8 stitches again. So this is going to be repeatedly the same way throughout this row. Do yours, I do mine, and I'll meet you at the end. Lock it up on the 3rd place on the end, and I'll meet you in the next row. We've reached the end. 1 stitch separation. Lock in the 3rd one. And now we go into the next stitch. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to skip the first stitch and we're going to skip the last stitch exactly as we did on the previous one. So nothing's going to change. We're cutting down stitches. So now instead of having 8, we're going to have 6. 2, 4, 6, 1 separation, and 3 more in here. So the empty squares are going to be for the groups of 3. 1 separation, and then to the next square, do 3. 1 separation. We skip the first one, we go into the next one. We do our 6 stitches again. So this row will be repeatedly the same thing all the way around to the end. Lock it up on the 3rd place on your last stitch. I'll meet you on the next row. So this is what it looks like. Okay. Okay, everybody, so we go up 3 and we skip the first one, of course, and we go into the next one. So we skip this first one, and my thread had finished. I had to add more thread to it, complicate my life. So we're going to end up with 4. And again, the same thing, 1 separation, and where the little square boxes are, we add 3 in there. Now, you're going to do this row, and the next row will end up only with 2. Exact same thing. Don't do the first, don't do the last. We're going to end up with 2, exactly like we have on here on Warrior. Exactly like we have here on this one. Okay, so we end up with 2 here, as you can see. Now we're doing this row, and then we're going to do this one. They'll end up with 2. I don't need to record it because it's just repeatedly, and it's taking a lot of memory off my phone because my recordings are off my phone. I'll meet you at the end of the next row when there's 2 left at the end of it. Okay, everybody, so we pretty much finished doing the other row that ends in 2. So we were here, we finished doing the 4, and then we went up to the next one, and we finished doing with the 2. Now, because I did this row in pink and off-white, I want to extend a little bit more the white, so it's going to be a little bit bigger. So normally after this 2, I would have went straight and done just stitch over stitch, but I'm going to do 1 more. So you go in here, let me get you closer. We're going to go in here and we're going to do 1. So you go up 3. So instead of finishing with 2, I'm going to finish with 1. You go up 3 and then 1 separation and go into the next square. So like this, I have enough white showing through, and like I said, it will be a little bit different for each client, so it doesn't stay exactly the same as everybody else. It will be unique, different, and the only one, of course, except for the people that are creating now and creating your own colors. So it's going to be only 1. We're going to do this throughout the whole row and create the same thing as we've been doing. we're just extending one more row on here. I'm going to put one in here like that, and then create our groups of 3 inside of the little blocks. So do your row until the end. I will do mine and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, people, so we finished doing the last one here. Now, I wanted to mention, well, my stitches are already very hard. This last one that we just did, this last one, it's very optional. You don't have to do it. I did it because I want to be a little bit more longer. It's going to be a little bit more bigger. I don't want it to be exactly the same thing as the other one. So this is optional. If you didn't want, if you're doing all in the same color, you know, if you didn't even change color here, then you didn't have to do it at all. And you would have just continued on to the next step, which is stitch over stitch on every single one of them. So basically go up 3. This is the last row of the white. And then on each one, we do, hold on a minute, I need to stretch my thread here. So we do stitch over stitch all the way around until the end. Very hard to work with two threads here. I'm dying for the shipment to come in for the thread. Okay, on the empty space 1, and then continue 1. So nothing to it, nothing biggie. Stitch over stitch, empty space 1. Get you a little bit closer. Empty space 1. Next one. So nothing to it. You can go all the way to the end. Do your row, I'll do mine. And we can cut the yarn, because then we're going into the green leaves, if you want to call it. So we can start our whoops. So we're doing the green leaves after this row is done. We're going to go into this one. Meet you at the end. Okay, everybody, so we pretty much finished the white. I'm just gonna tie up loose ends here. I don't like to keep it to the end. I like to do it right away. Like this, I don't have to deal with it anymore. So since I have 2 threads on here, I'm going to split them. I'm going to tie it. And like this, we're sure that it's not going to come out. and it's not going to go anywhere. And then just go through some of the loops on the bottom. Of course, it doesn't help because my needle is way smaller, but it's the only way that I can get it through these loops because my stitch is too tight. Okay, that's good enough. It's already tied in. Okay. So I wonder if it still shows on camera a little bit different, the color, because it's really fuchsia color, and on camera it looks like, I don't know, reddish, something like that, but it's absolutely not. Really pink, really fuchsia, really summer. Okay, so now we're going to get into the green. So I'm using multicolored green. It's got a little bit of yellow, green, white, lime. So just perfect. So you pretty much would grab, say, on top of the, can I get you closer? We'll lock it in. And bring the yarn to the back too. I already have it stitched in. 1, 2, and 3. So we're doing the popcorn. And we're going to go in the same one here. And we're not taking it out. Actually, no. Sorry. There's 2 ways to do the popcorn. I did it the other way. Okay. So we take out, so that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 5. We're going to come here to the first one, and we're going to lock it in. We're going to do 1, 2. We're going to skip 1, 2 on our third one. 1, 2, and then again skip 1, 2 on our third one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to do 6 because I think that's what I had here. I think 5 is too thin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we're going to do one more. Doesn't matter if the other one only has 5. It doesn't change much because we're only starting. So we have 6. 1, 2. We're going to skip 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. And it's going to be repeatedly all the way around the same way. So there's no science to this. So I'm going to do 4, 5, and 6. Come on your first one here. Grab it through. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. So do yours and I'll do mine. Oops. Wrong. Do yours and I'll do mine. And we'll meet at the end. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you don't want them too far apart, you want them closer, then don't do 2 separation, do only 1 separation. It's up to you. Meet at the end. So we're gonna turn, let me just bring it up. We're gonna turn once, we're gonna lock it in, and we're gonna go right into the middle of this flower here, if you want, or stem, or whatever you want to call it. You could say little flower, it's still green, just growing sort of way. And we are gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So on your 1, 2, 3, on your third one, we are gonna create another regular stitch. So we're gonna do 6 stitches in here on the same place. Five and 6. On the next one, the next loop right under, we're going to create another 6, and then the other loop another 6. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then the last loop, we're going to create another 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't want your flowers too thick, then don't do 6, depending upon your yarn, your thread. If it's thick enough, then you can do only 4. And if you don't want your flowers too thick, then you do 5. It's up to you. I do 6 because I think it's just perfect enough for this type of thread that I have. Now, once we bring it up a little bit more, once we have done it, you're just going to go in one of these here on the side just to lock it in so it doesn't move from the place. You're going to give it 1 stitch. You're going to come back in the same place on the center, and you're going to lock it in. Okay, so it can stay nice and firm like that. And then you would do, let me see how I did here. Okay, then you do 1, 2, and 3. So I did 3. If your stitch is too tight, then go ahead and do 4. And again, we're going to repeat it. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then go on 1, 2, and your third one, and create the 6 stitches again. And we're going to repeat this throughout the whole row. So continue doing yours, and I'll continue doing mine. And then we'll meet at the end so we can create the little leaves, little petals, whatever you want to call it. So we go into the next loop. Stretch this. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we go into the last loop here and create 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we just turn our little flower like this, and then hold it, and then just come inside of these little loops here, like that, and just lock it in. 1 stitch, give it another one just to make sure. So we close one, we give 1 stitch. It's the best thing, so it doesn't pull on too much of it. And if you feel that yours is too loose, then just close it in and go directly right into the middle. Okay, so, and then 1, 2, and 3. Don't tighten too much so it doesn't start bulking up. And we continue the same thing. So this pretty much is what it's going to look like. We could always fix it at the end because we're going to be moving around a lot with it. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everybody, so we pretty much finished doing all the flowers all around. Look how pretty. This is a gorgeous fuchsia color with a little bit of pink and purple. So it's just perfect. It goes and grabs all these colors here. So I'm going to use this green, and this green is one color only. It's going to go and grab the one green that's on the mixture of the greens here, which is just going to be perfect for it. And we're going to make a knot. And then I'm going to get you closer. You can see what I'm doing. So we're going to grab any of the middle here, doesn't matter which one. We're going to lock it in. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to double turn. Double turn. So we're going to do this 6 times, so we can grab ourselves some nice petal. So we have 5, 6, and then we're going to go automatically right into the next space. We're going to lock it in, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Now on this one here, I have these little pompons at the end. I don't know if you can see it. You could either do with it or without it. So we did 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, and then you just go back 3, and then you turn and do your 6, and turn twice again, and then again. So we're going to do this all the way around. So I've given you the 2 options. You can leave it like this with no pompon, or you leave it with the pompon. So 2, 4, 5, and 6, and then go into the next one. So we're pretty much going to do this all the way around. the same way, either this way or that way, whatever way you prefer. And this is going to be the last final row, so you can cut your thread, your yarn, whatever you're using, right at the end, and lock it up. Hide your little leftover in between loops, give it a knot, and this is about it. So I thank you so much, everybody, for being here, doing this beautiful pattern with me. And please keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting. And the newcomers, please don't forget to subscribe if you like, of course. If you don't like, you're not going to subscribe, that's for sure. But I hope you do, and I hope you help me grow the channel and be part of this wonderful family to create these beautiful pieces. So thank you so much, everybody. I am going to reveal at the end, once I'm finished with my last row, the reveal shots, which is my favorite part, and a little video to go with it. And so I will see you until next time. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. God bless and stay safe. Thank you.